So I heard things, so I want to hear it from you. What did you know you weigh, and what did you weigh at the scale?
Well, I'm not too sure between pounds and kilos, but I think it worked out to about 0.6 pounds or 200 grams in Australian. The weight, I weighed in about 30 minutes before the official weigh-in, and I was about 200 grams under. Sorry, as you usually do when you go to make weight, you make it just. And then the official weigh-in started. I weighed in, and I was 126, and I haven't been that light since I was about 17 years old. And it didn't really click to me because I'm not used to the kilos and pound, the pound sort of metrics.
Okay.
And then it sort of registered to me like, hang on a sec, I haven't been that light since I was about 17 years old. And then obviously he'd weighed in. He just made weight, of course. And so yeah, going off those statistics, he must have been about 2 kilos overweight.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was
I'm,
two
I'm
kilos. I
not.
was 2 kilos under. He was 2 kilos heavier.
Glenn, are you good with the metrics and pounds?
Yeah, well, the kilos, there's 2.2 pounds to a kilo. So if he's 2 kilos under, Liam was 4.4 pounds light,
Yeah,
and Navarette was 4.4 pounds over.
and that would be correct because I weighed in at 126 when the weight division is 130, and I would have just scraped in under that,
Yeah,
obviously,
there you
when I
go.
took the weigh in.
Yeah,
And I weighed 126. He made weight, of course, and he was bang on. Then I checked my weight. I had a bowl of water, checked my weight, and I was about 3 kilos heavier or something off a bowl of
yeah,
water.
yeah,
I was like, hang on a sec.
That
yeah.
So,
must have been some heavy water. Like,
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
there's something in
yeah,
that water there.
I guess for Liam, having been 200 grams under, knowing that he just made the under the limit, and then to jump on the scales and be 4 pounds off, something was wrong. But again, Liam, like Liam said, in the moment, the kilos and the pounds, because we're metric and we only work on kilos, and it threw him off a little bit. I wasn't managing Liam then, unfortunately. I would have certainly been on the stage, and I wouldn't have let him get off the scale, and I would have asked the commission to come forward and explain. And then for Emmanuel to get on and just make the weight, it really blew things into outer space, because effectively, if what Liam's weight was correct, we were seeing a bloke who was literally 4 pounds overweight, just coming in under the limit. Um, and you guys have all seen the footage. There's some funny things went on that day. There's a person of interest who picked up the scales and who looked like they were constantly looking around to see if anyone was paying attention. That happened on 2 occasions where the scales were picked up off the floor. I've never ever seen that before.
yeah.
So we had every right. I just think that had I been there, it certainly would have been addressed immediately, and then if not challenged straight away, because that's a big difference at this weight limit for these guys, a big weight difference.
So in fairness to Valdez, I never seen him specifically have issues with weight, so he may not have been an issue in this fight. But I was going to ask you next, Glenn, and you already answered, obviously, like if you're going to be keeping an eye on the scale.
Sure.
Um, so it looks like that's being squared away. Liam, how did that affect you, if any, psychologically? Knowing, okay, he's probably did he think
I,
maybe this guy's got
Honestly, not much at the time. Like when I think about it now in hindsight, I think that was probably the most detriment part of the whole fight. Like the fight, obviously there was a long count, but I think the fact that he weighed in two kilos heavier or 4 pounds heavier, is that right? Yeah, 4 pounds
Four and a
heavier.
half, yeah.
I feel like that could have been the difference in him getting up and him not getting up, or his durability in the fight. That's a lot of weight if he was already drained, and for him to take that weight off him, if he had to, and then take my power, my punches, or try and recover from that knockdown, it would have been a lot harder. So I feel like that could have made a big difference in the fight. And to me, that probably hurts more than the long count, the mouth guard thing. I mean, he's a fighter; he has to do what he has to do. There's nothing against him, but when there's officials involved, like the weight scandal, the weight, the scales sort of thing, that makes me a bit upset.